Yo, it's jam-packed, turn the volume to the max. Every episode hitting like a fresh new track. We got the juice, the vibe, the facts, so lean in close, it's time to unpack. Mic check, 1, 2, we breaking the mold. Story so bold, got the heat and the cold. From culture to combo, we never play flat. Every beat, every word, yeah, jam-packed. J for the jokes, A for the art, M for the moments that hit from the heart, M for the magic, the mind, the map. Put it all together, now you're jam-packed. Tune in, lock in, we're taking you higher. Fuel for your thoughts, spark for your fire. No filler, no fluff, just truth intact. This ain't just a pod, it's jam-packed. Yo, it's jam-packed, turn the volume to the max. Every episode hitting like a fresh new track. We got the juice, the vibe, the facts, so lean in close, it's time to unpack.
Andrew, do you know who Chase Young is?
Yeah, of course.
No. My point is, I don't either.
Hey, Drew,
These
it's your
defensive
boy.
teams. Kate Cunningham, what? Mike, just concede, man. It was about not being in the play-in, bro. Just concede. Just concede already.
We're back
What's going
with
on with
another.
Mike's video?
I know.
Oh, what up, Jam Packed? Let me pick up the mess I just threw on the floor now. Welcome back to another episode of Jam Packed. I'm MK. I am your host with the most, but you know I can't do it with my guys. I'm gonna bring them in right now. Standing on first, we got TeslaMase. What up, Tesla?
What's up, Mike? How you doing?
Not too bad, man. It's been a while. I feel like I haven't seen you.
I know. I've been in my. I just wanted you guys to get some time without me arguing with you. So
It's all good because you and I have a little bit of time before other people jump on. Couple things I want to do before we end up talking NFL. Because we'll wait for. I know John's coming on. Bro should be on in a bit. I had heard this. Let's talk college football for a minute, and I want to know your thoughts on the current state of the portal. I had heard some random stat that thousands or hundreds of kids that entered the portal hoping for a new home may not even be able to regain the position that they were at in their original school because a lot of them are being left out of deals, which in turn leaves their scholarship opportunity as well as soon as they opted to get into the portal. But think about that for a moment, and I want to know your thoughts. But before I get your thoughts, I'm going to bring in our other guy, John. 3. What up, John? We're talking college portal right now before everybody else jumps on. So, Mike, thoughts?
So I didn't realize that if you enter the portal, you forfeit your scholarship to that school. That's surprising. That's interesting. That is something that I think these kids chasing money need to obviously think about. I also wonder how the dynamic of that would work if with, let's say, a lower income family or a lower income at an expensive university.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure the university would be willing to work out deals somehow, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, man, you decided to leave, now all of a sudden you come crawling back.
Right.
Don't expect me to give you what I offered before. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I have to kick that around a little bit, but that's definitely something that I think these kids chasing the money. Now, so let me ask you, and I don't know how this works, but are you able to talk to people prior to entering the portal to gauge interest, or they don't? These guys don't have agents, I assume, at this age. How do you even know what your projection is?
That's a good question. One,
Yeah.
I think they're getting terrible advice. One, to even enter the portal by guys who aren't officially agents. They're trying to get a piece of the NIL money. And man, what's tough is, like, not only are schools reluctant now to maybe offer you a scholarship coming out of high school because maybe you're just kind of a one and done kind of guy. But schools are getting to the point where they're now going to be fining players. Have you seen that swirling around?
I did.
If even Coach Prime out in Colorado is starting to show up fees, and I know he might get a lot of slack for this, but I looked at the list of fees. You tell me what your thoughts are. Okay, if you're late to practice, $500. If you no show to practice, $2,500. If you no show to a meeting or field session, $2,000. If you're late to a meeting or field session, $400. Right? You're late to strength and conditioning workout, it's $1,000. If you no show strength and conditioning workout, it's $1,500. If you're late to treatment, it's $1,000. If you no show treatment, it's another $1,500. Do you think that he is going overboard with some of these fines, or is it just like, hey, it's time to grow up? This is how it's going to be in the real world. You're going to have to show some accountability.
So remember, I do think it's a little overboard. I mean, I understand what he's trying to do, and I'm all for it, but not everyone's making the big bucks, and so I don't know that you can put a blanket fine of $2,500 on a kid. Now I hear the counter argument, and that you just wonder, at the end of the day, they're probably not kicking off their star quarterback, right? And so, how much leeway is that? So who is this really hurting? I know, show up on time. I get all that. But at the end of the day, these kids are college kids, and they are at that university to learn it. Like why not just, why does it have to be a monetary you know penalty? Let's say, why can't you just say, hey, I'm not going to play you the first quarter in this game, or the first drive, or the second drive? I believe Ohio State did that last year. Two of the kids didn't start. Now again, they went in the second drive, so really, what kind of penalty is that? But I don't know. I guess if you got scouts there and you got people coming to watch you, and you're not there because of, for whatever reason, then I don't know. I don't know that monetary fines are the way to go, personally.
With the let's put you, maybe I'm going to ask you, John, if you were one of these investors into, say, your favorite college, right? You put up a donation for an NIL deal, which is not far-fetched from a lot of the bigger investors. Mm-hmm. And okay, well, you're helping support player B or player X, and player X is now late to a bunch of meetings, or let's say he's not even fine, but we'll say he's he's late to a couple meetings, didn't show out to a practice, and now your kid that you're paying a buckum amount of money to isn't playing in the first quarter. What do you think? What's going through your head?
I mean, it's a business, right? In my head. So I would sit there and think, if that's my investment's not on the field, then I can have a problem with that. I actually love the idea of what Deion Sanders would be doing, and the reason why I like it is because it's a choice. You don't have to choose that school if that's going to be too hard for you, right? There are some schools, and I'll be very careful with just how I say this, but there are some schools that have stricter policies than others, whether that's in terms of relationships and dating and other stuff like that, right? So it's a choice, at the end of the day for these kids. But if you choose our school, here are our rules. If you cannot follow these rules, here's what's going to happen, right? Because again, I think if we're talking about protecting the investors of the school, right, or the NIL deals, then their product's always on the field. And if the monetary value is what these kids are chasing, then yeah, attack their pocketbooks. Now, again, Mike, I'm not a heartless machine, right? So I definitely hear what you're saying. And maybe we look at, if you earn X, then maybe it's this or whatever, right? There's got to be some sort of middle ground. But I will tell you though that if you miss a meeting and it's $2,000 and it hits your pocketbooks hard, and you're not maybe as financially sound as some others, then you won't miss another meeting, right? Like, how do you teach them to learn? The thing is, you can't put them in timeout. They're adults, right? Like, you can take some playing time away, but some people would look at that and say, "Hey, I'm hurting anyways. I'd rather just," some of these players, I'd rather just take a quarter off, right? I don't know, but I think the financial aspect of hitting them in their pocketbooks makes a lot of sense to me, and I think it makes a lot of sense to the NIL investors.
Interesting. For those,
So I have a question about the NIL investors.
Go ahead.
My bad. The NIL investors, are they actually investing in individual players? Are they are they actually buying Carson Beck at Miami, or are they donating to the university and then the university's paying Carson Beck through the boosters program? Because I think there's a big distinction between those two things. I also, again, I mean, I hear what John's saying, and I understand it, but to $2,500 to the $10 million quarterback still isn't that big of a deal, and so it's really affecting the lower level players anyway, in my opinion. So I get it. You want kids to grow up. You want to teach them accountability. I'm all for that too. I think what you're trying to do is get the top percent to care more, and the reality is I don't think it will, just because the fee is so insignificant to them that they may say, "Oh, I have an investor; it's just going to cover that for me." You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Would it be more?
Just a couple thoughts.
Would it mean more if they went by percentages instead? Not by
I think that would be more fair.
But let's say 10% or whatever it is.
I love the fair aspect, right? If we can find a balance to that, I think that'd be great. Because then again, you said $2,500 for the majority of the college kids. That's a lot, right? But for, like you said, if these kids are making $10 million a year, that's nothing. So if you take 10%, then you're talking. Then you're going to wake up, right? I do like that idea. I like that the bar could go higher for some of these people who make a little bit more money. I like that idea.
I love it. If you've been out in the public, you've probably seen JAMM Packed out in the public. Talk to me about your guys' experience. You three, along with Uncle Drewski, our NBA Ramble, he should have been putting up reels over that game. You were able to watch. You wanted to take your sons out to watch LeBron play, at least get the chance to play. One guy who doesn't necessarily like LeBron. He likes to stay out in the shadows. It's little Bobo. Welcome in, Lil Bobo. How was the experience? So you guys went to the Lakers Clippers game, understandably, because the Laker tickets are way more expensive than the Clipper ones. How was the experience for the boys, and your guys' experience overall at that game?
You want me to go first? So, I thought it was gonna be a blowout. Like this, like it was really fun. Well, first of all, I guess if we were to say where we sat, I think Mr. TeslaMase hooked us up with the perfect seats, as we got what they're terrace seats, right, Mike? I think they were in the terrace section,
Yeah,
and
terrace.
it couldn't have been any better. Where it was literally just the adults and the kids sectioned off from everybody else, and it was great. It was right in the dead center of the court, and we had the big jumbotron right in front of us up top, and we saw the players below. And man, couldn't have asked for anything better. So the seat aspect of it was amazing, but the game itself was very one-sided for the first half, almost three quarters, and the Lakers came surging back, and you got it was nerve-wracking, I think, towards the end, but you got to see LeBron do his thing, and LeBron did some LeBron jams, and the Lakers ended up playing a really good basketball game, and really just couldn't hold on to the comeback. I think Lakers were down by 26 at one point, and got the game within 2 before the Clippers were able to kind of sneak out a win. But it was a really, really good game, and I think the crowd was fun. Obviously, we enjoyed it with the kids too. So I'll pass it over to you, Tesla.
So Tesla, I want to know what the father feelers. I see the little smirk because I know you're glad the Clippers won, but I want to know like what it was like, not just as a Clipper fan, but now that your son's a Clipper fan, like how was that? How was that experience for him? Was he still like, dude, LeBron's pretty good, or was he more fascinated with the Clipper win?
So I think he was more fascinated with the Clipper win, but I think he enjoyed seeing LeBron. He knows I was a huge LeBron fan early on. Obviously, his antics over the last few years have changed my opinion a little bit of him. But to see them complain, Luka and LeBron in person, was pretty incredible. It was actually kind of funny because there was a point where I don't remember who it was, Jackson Hayes or someone got fouled or missed a layup and supposedly got fouled, and Luka was trying to calm him down from yelling at the ref, which was like literally the definition of irony. But to see two of the greats, right? I mean, one definite great and one that's working his way there, I think is hopefully a memory that he gets to keep, which was the intention of what we did. I am a little disappointed that even though we are not in the Lakers stadium, that there still are so many Laker fans. I wish that perhaps, especially in this game, that they would do a better job. Okay, I'm gonna shout out our little host in our area too, a Clipper employee with the name Kobe, verbally cheering for the Lakers, and he works at the Clipper Arena. Come on, Steve, like. Can we not like do a better job of like lie detector? Are you actually a Clipper fan? Like, I mean, like that's a problem. Like this isn't Staples Center. We're not sharing. You can't have your employees cheering for the other team.
Oh my God.
No, but as far as the seats, yeah, they were great. I got lucky. It just I didn't even know where we were sitting, so I can't claim that was me. But it was a very good. I mean, that stadium is amazing. Pretty much every seat's really good, but I was just trying to get a kind of a side angle, and we got some good seats and got pretty lucky and paid a lot less than we would have at a crypto arena. So had a good time, and the Clippers won it. John and I were talking crap the whole game, and once it started getting close, we got a little quiet. So let me point out too that the kids were super excited. They wanted the Lakers to miss 2 free throws because if in the fourth quarter, if a player misses consecutive free throws, there's free Chick-fil-A.
Nice.
And Luka missed one, and he made the second. And so I think the loudest the arena gets is when they miss one
Missed the
free throw.
first one?
So,
That's
but I would
funny.
have, like I said, the only thing I wish, I wish there were more Clipper fans there. I get it. You're coming to see LeBron, but you can still respect him, but also be a Clipper fan, I think.
Well, Drewski, that was your 10 minutes, 15 minutes of NBA. I'm sorry you missed another one, my friend. Also out in the wild, if you're up in Idaho, you might have heard the voice of the one and only Jack Espy doing some color commentary on a couple of live college games. He is out there doing his business, man, doing the thing. Congrats to him. Hopefully he'll be on later. Brobo is also doing his thing, doing his best impression of Mike Wazowski over here with the one-eyed looking icon. Brobo, you alive? You sure?
Yeah.
You sure it's not just him in the dark there?
I don't want to be on camera, man. I'm trying to wipe up all the dry tears from last night's game.
Oh man. Okay, I won't go there yet. We will be going there, but I won't go there yet. Conference championships happened in the NFL. Absolute wild game in Denver. Looked like a pretty normal game, good defensive game. The Patriots get the win 10-7. But it wasn't until about 5 minutes left in the third quarter that it started to snow and it became a completely different game. By the end of the fourth quarter, there was you weren't able to see any of the markings on the field unless they blew them off with a blower. A very Patriot type of game. I think New England is very well diverse in snow games being up there in Boston, but I don't know if I saw anything in that game that overly impressed me. You guys?
I was actually worried for the Patriots.
That was a boring game.
Agreed.
Very boring game. Very, very boring.
Go ahead, John.
No, I just was worried when I see Ramondre Stevenson fall and then Drake May fall, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be horrible. That snow really got to him. I liked one of Drake May's throws to Mac Hollins, but other than that, I mean, it just looked like you just had to run the ball to move the chains because the ball probably felt like it was like 40 pounds throwing it and or catching it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, nothing to write home about from a game standpoint. It's gonna be Drake May's first Super Bowl. Congrats to him. He ran the ball 10 times for 65 yards. So I was shocked that he was running as much as he did, only because, again, I feel like they kind of need him for better plays. But yeah, Patriots pulled out a close one.
Tesla, I'll just say this: you are very lucky. You are very lucky that the Broncos did not win this game, because I would have been rubbing it in your face the entire 2 weeks. Who said the Broncos weren't legit?
I know. The problem is I don't think the Patriots are legit either.
Nope.
Patriots, it's interesting. Drake May, in 4 games this year versus teams with a winning record, has 6 touchdown passes and 5 interceptions. Mm-hmm. You go to the AFC Championship game, and he will have more rush yards than passing yards. Mm-hmm. I get it. Conditions were bad, but they were only bad for 1.5 quarter. Early on in this game, Broncos, Sean Payton, a little too aggressive. Everyone all of a sudden is turning into Dan Gamble and going for it on 4th down. When you know that you have a backup quarterback and points are going to be at a premium in this game, that really cost them. I don't know if they didn't know what the weather would be. I mean, you have to kind of assume this big blizzard is on a radar, and you have 2.5 to 3 quarters to put points on the board. Am I freezing or what?
No, like Like, who's checking the weather app during the game? I'm trying to call play. I love it. I absolutely love it.
You know, there's someone there. If
There's
not,
gotta
if you
be.
live in Denver and New England, you got to hire someone to do that.
Sure.
Yeah,
You know,
gotta
give me
be.
an alert, give me an update.
100%.
Well, how we looking?
Yeah, I mean
Where's this
that
moving?
it was a bad game, and arguably the Patriots' only touchdown came off of an overturned fumble, right?
Yeah.
And even that was close. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the NFL, but I feel like there is no consistency with anything. I mean, you know, you talk about in the other game, Cooper Kupp, you know, losing the ball after falling down and stretching out, and Izzy, you know, you can make an argument that should have been a fumble, and in this game, you can make an argument that should have been an incomplete pass, and the reality is, in one game, there wasn't enough evidence to overturn it, but in the other game, there was. Like,
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. It's kind of like the NFL's just doing whatever they want to, in my opinion, and it's not good for the fans because there's not real consistency.
Bro, was this the game you were crying about? I'll take that as a no.
I watched the last quarter of this game.
I'll tell you one thing.
You watched the Weather Channel? That's what you watched?
Yo, it was watching the last quarter made me cold.
When you're a quarterback, though, throw the ball with one hand. Do not throw it with two, because that is ridiculous. I will bench you and never let you play again if you try to do a chest pass, not once but twice in a game. That ball is to be thrown with one hand and one hand only. Yeah.
You know, in like the beginning stages of coaching basketball, like that's what we wanted. We want to coach chest passes. The two chest passes that Stidham had, man, they were terrible. I would have benched you if you had did that in a game, man. Come on. Oh my God.
Here's the thing: is he's not a starter. He's not a starter, right?
Exactly.
I mean, it's the first time ever that someone started the AFC or NFC championship game without 0 pass attempts the entire season. So, as much as they said, "Oh, we're gonna run the same thing. We got the guy we want. We're not gonna change anything," quite frankly, they should have changed stuff. And even on that last drive, I mean, you know, you go deep. Like, there was no need to go deep at that moment. Like,
no,
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot that went into coaching on that game on both sides. I mean, even when in the third quarter, when the Patriots had the wind and the weather with them, on 3rd and 6, they decided to run it to kick a 46-yard field goal. Even with the wind, like, what are you doing? You know, like you're comfortable with this? I don't know. I someone had to win, and it was just bad in my opinion.
It was hard to, at least at home, you could see the sideways snow. And in my opinion, when you see sideways snow, I mean, it was one thing if it's sideways rain, and then you got sideways snow. That's hard to see. I was telling John while we were watching the game, I'm like, you know what I would have done as a coach? I would have called timeout. I said, we're going to go to a 2-back system. We're going to run the ball. And I'm going to tell my O-line, hold as much as possible. Why? Because it's already, it's already hard for the players to see. How do you think the ref is going to be able to see from the sideline? He ain't going to be able to see anything. Hold as much as possible until we get caught. Once we start getting caught, then I'll tell you to back off a little bit. But by all means, hold. Just my opinion.
So I guess the counter argument to that would be, if you do get a penalty, like, you're not getting a first down on 1st and 20 or 2nd and 20. That being said, I think obviously, as we saw, offense is usually favored in snow and weather conditions like that because they know where they're going and where they're cutting, and it was kind of baffling that what the Patriots route, I mean the Broncos routes were in the 4th quarter. Like, let's just get some checkdowns, let's just get some screens, let's just get some weird plays. So but I'm glad the Patriots won because I did not want to see the Broncos in the Super Bowl and hear from you for the next 2 weeks.
I'm like, why call routes where, I mean, the footing's already hard to come by. You're not accelerating out of brakes with field conditions like that. You know, I mean, you're almost one speed, if that even makes sense. A lot of guys, especially receivers, like to use speed and change the speed to get in and out of breaks to create extra separation. And that's nullified when you get an icy field like that. Like, you're good luck. Like, hopefully you stay on your feet. Anywho, bro, when I was talking to John about it, I said we should do 2-back system and we'll go dive buck boot, man. Dive buck boot all day long. All day long. Little misdirection. That's all it needs for the defense to lose their footing. That's all I need. Let's go on to the cause of Bro's tears. The Seahawks.
Real quick, I don't think I've ever seen a game change that much from the beginning to the end. I think that was
I've never.
You know, they showed a time lapse at one point, and they're like, "This is what the field looked like in the game in the first quarter." And I mean, I've seen snow and I've seen, bad weather, but I don't know that I've ever seen that big of a change between
that quickly
opening snap and the last play of the game.
It was unreal. even that late in the third quarter, I'm like, things were still okay. I'm like, you could still see the field. Nothing was necessarily covered in white. And then by the fourth quarter, even middle of the fourth quarter, I was like, yo, they got blowers on the sideline.
Yeah.
Just to uncover the first down mark. Just to uncover the yard lines, man. That was wild. This is getting wild. Seahawks get the 31-27 win over the Rams. Dude, heartbreaking loss for the Rams. At this point, before this game, I want to say Stafford was 6-1 against the Rams, or 6-1 against the Seahawks, and that one loss being that week. What was it? Week 17, that very last game that they were determining the number 1 seed. That was his first loss to the Seahawks as a Rams QB. So, kudos to the Seahawks, but there's a couple things that before we kind of actually let's deep dive into the game, and then I'll go on with my stuff. So, what you guys see in this game that stood out? And I mean, in my opinion, who won this game is going to end up not only being super favored in the Super Bowl, because I don't think the Patriots had any nowhere belong in that Super Bowl conversation. But what'd you guys see in this game? Tesla, you go first.
So I saw one team win in all facets of the game and one team win in all facets but one, and ultimately cost them the game. Rams fired their special teams coordinator early in the season because it's been a problem for them all year, and ultimately they gave the Seahawks 7 points on early in the third quarter, right? I mean, number one, I also think before the half that you're up 13-10, you need to go to the half, and Sean McVay got a little over anxious and excited and wanted to, little pride and ego got involved and wanted to do a little bit more, and ultimately gave the ball back to the Seahawks, and Seahawks go into the locker room. I mean, just the momentum shift there, and then immediately out in the third quarter, you get a stop, and you're forcing a punt, and bam, it's punted, and the punt returner's tripping on his own feet in good weather, falling down, letting the ball hit him in the chest. Like, I'm sorry, army crawl, throw yourself to the sideline. Like, do not let that ball hit you smack dab in the chest.
Yeah.
And I was after bobbling one earlier in the game too, and almost losing that one. I think it hit the ground. He just jumped on it. So, special teams just popped up in the worst way. That being said, Rams fought back. They got into it. They had every chance to win. I personally think if I'm the Rams down 4, I kick the field goal too with 4:30 left. Worst case scenario, they come down, they score a touchdown. You're still down 1 score, right? And so instead of needing a touchdown, you could potentially kick a field goal, get a stop, kick a field goal to win it. I mean, how different are those play calls? Even with 25 seconds left,
Right.
if you only need a field goal, not a touchdown. You know, I don't know that they're running that 125 yards down the field to Nakua and wasting 50 seconds, right, or 15 seconds on that
Right.
play. So I think there would just I unfortunately I just think they got outplayed in all facets of the game, and to be honest, it's a little bit on Sean McVay. So you know, it'll be interesting what Stafford does from here. You know, obviously the team's built for success, but they don't have a QB outside of Matt Stafford, and so
Right.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
John?
You know, so
And I hate the Seahawks.
yeah, obviously the Seahawks won, but Seahawks almost gave it away, right? You have Woolen who dumps a interception, right, and then gives the Rams a first down on a taunting penalty. How unintelligent is that? Just very undisciplined. And then on top of that, gives up the touchdown in the corner of the end zone. So they almost gave that away. That being said, I think that the Seahawks have their running game cut out for them for the Super Bowl because Kenneth Walker by himself did not do great. There's not a backup to him, so I think they're going to struggle a little bit. George Holani had three carries for 4 yards, which isn't great, and I think they put Shaheed back there for one of the plays. Sam Darnold ran a few himself, but that's not going to be enough. So they're going to rely heavily on Sam Darnold's arm for the Super Bowl. So something to think about there. But as far as the game goes, I saw a clip where somebody was comparing Jackson Smith and Jigba and Puka Nakua to Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase in terms of how good these receivers are. And while there's a huge height difference, right, from Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson versus Nakua and Njigba, very much faster skill set and wonderful hands coming from the latter of the two receivers. So I thought that was really neat because I think it's true this season. Like both receivers were amazing in this game. Jackson Smith and Njigba 10 catches for 153 yards, and Puka had 9 for 165. So a wonderful showing by the star receivers in this game.
I ended up getting a text here literally while you were talking. This is a live audio file, apparently. Bro, you went and watched the game at someone's house?
Yeah, I watched it at my best friend's house.
Oh man. Well, he sent me this. He said it's the live audio of you during the game. Wait, hold on.
Oh no.
Oh man, dude, what in the world? I know you hated this game, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna hear it for the next 2 weeks now that you're still in the only one on the podcast still in Seattle. Real quick, if you can believe this, let's go back 2018 draft class. The quarterbacks out of that draft class, and I'm not going to name them all. First overall, Baker Mayfield. Number 3, Sam Darnold. Number 7, Josh Allen. Number 10, Josh Rosen. 32, Lamar Jackson. If I were to have told you anywhere in there that Sam Darnold would be the first of those quarterbacks to make it to a Super Bowl, would you have believed me? Crickets.
No, but I think this is a lesson for the NFL or for organizations to maybe not give up on quarterbacks so quickly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Agreed. Absolutely
and to
agreed.
potentially give up on coaches quickly. I mean, maybe we do give up on coaches a little bit quicker, and not the.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm kind of baffled by it, but the turnaround that him and Baker Mayfield have had is pretty incredible.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. What's even more incredible, do you guys realize that that Sam Darnold is the first USC quarterback to make it to start in a Super Bowl?
Hey, that's
Really?
my school.
The first. I mean, just off of the ones that even in the top 21 of USC quarterbacks, but Sam Darnold, Cody Kessler, Matt Barkley, Mark Sanchez, Matt Leinart, Matt Castle, Carson Palmer, Rob Johnson, Todd Marinovich, Rodney Peete, Paul McDonald, Rod Hartel, Vince Evans, Pat Hayden, Mike Ray, and I'm getting into names we don't even know now, right? So, my first USC quarterback to start or to be able to start in a Super Bowl. That was pretty cool to see. This is also we kind of talked about like maybe teams give up on coaches easily, let alone they give up on GMs a lot, right? Whether it's the lack of roster or whatever. The Seahawks GM and John Schneider is the first GM in NFL history to reach multiple Super Bowls with the same organization while having a new head coach and no players from the previous Super Bowl team.
Hey, that is crazy.
That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. That's good GM right there. It means you've done your work in hiring a coach.
Yep.
Know what looks like a good fit, can evaluate players. Absolutely shocking. So in this now sets up our Super Bowl between the Seahawks and a rematch essentially between the Patriots and Seahawks. Seahawks are favored in this one, like I said, because I don't think anybody outside of people in Boston, I don't think anybody believes in the Patriots because, I mean, who have they really played? I heard an argument that the Patriots also had the easiest road in the playoffs. They've paid a backup QB in the Broncos.
Sure.
They played a mediocre offense in the Texans, like who we don't know what you would get with the Texans offense. Like
without Nico Collins.
Correct. Without Nico, without Mixon hasn't been there all year. I mean, they're so I don't know if anybody necessarily believes in them, but for all of those Patriot fans, yay, go Patriots. Who I would love to be, though, is this better. And this better he will win over $1 million no matter which team wins the Super Bowl. Wow. He will win 1.4 if the Patriots win, and he will win 1.5 if Seattle wins. Now, I don't know. He ended up buying, let's see, he put $125,000 on New England when they had a 9%, like odds of 9%. And then he put in 82,000 for odds at 5% for the Seahawks. And so I obviously don't know. That had to have been super early. I don't know who's dropping that kind of money, but dang, not too shabby. All right, let me figure out how am I going to get 1.5 from every team in the NFL? Right. Okay. What will that cost me? Can I make this happen? Yeah, it just boggles my mind. So with Drake May, with Drake May being essentially almost one of the youngest QBs to start in a Super Bowl, and Darnold being, the only USC quarterback to make it, I started going down this rabbit hole of quarterbacks in the NFL, the starting quarterbacks in the NFL, where they were picked, and how many of them are like first overall picks. Because so I started writing these out. Okay, if we go down QB's first overall, right? You have let's see, the Mike Leave, yeah. So you have Cam Ward, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Baker, Jared Goff, and Stafford. Right now, for the record, Jameis was picked first overall in 2015, but he's not starting. Now, QBs that were picked numbers 2 through 5. We had Jaden Daniels, Drake May, CJ Stroud, Tua, Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold was picked at 3. QBs picked from 6 to 10 that are starting: Penix, McCarthy, Herbert, Daniel Jones, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes. The rest of the first round: Jackson Dart, Bo Nix. So this is picks 11 and on. Yeah, Jackson Dart, Bo Nix, Justin Fields, which I don't know if he really counts as a starter anymore, but whatever. Jordan Love, Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco. And I don't think Joe Flacco even necessarily counts because he only started because Burrow was out. And then Aaron Rodgers. And then if we look at quarterbacks that are second and third rounders, you're looking Tyler Shuff, Dylan Gabriel, Jalen Hurts, Jacoby Brissett, and Geno Smith. And then we'll say the rest of the draft, you have Purdy, Dak, and Tyrod Taylor.
Not many.
So if you're looking, let's say you're in the Raiders position and the number 1 overall pick, are you going for quarterback? Are you drafting back? And if you are going quarterback, which quarterback are you taking this draft? Do you think he? My point is, do you think he adds that person? And I know everybody's thinking Mendoza. Does Mendoza measure up to the talent and such of a Cam Ward, a Caleb Williams, a Bryce Young, a Trevor Lawrence, a Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Baker, or Matt Stafford? Like, does he belong in that conversation?
I mean, I'm going to say no. I know we have a couple viewers on here that disagree and really like his accuracy. I just think the way you throw in college needs to be timelier in the NFL. And I just, while he might throw an accurate ball, I kind of feel like his release is slow, to be quite honest. And I don't think it's going to be. It needs to change in the NFL. It needs to be faster. It needs to be a little bit more crisp. He's got work to do, in my opinion. If I was the GM and said, I'm on the clock, I'd actually package a couple of draft picks and look to trade for a quarterback that's a little bit more proven. If I'm the Raiders, because I want to get this thing started right. I don't want to have to build around a player that's unproven, right? I'd like to see maybe a veteran presence here, and that's really my opinion.
Interesting. Anywho, with the matchup that we got going on, New England Patriots against the Seattle Seahawks. Who do you guys feel like is going to win? How do you feel the game is going to go? And or do you see just a massive upset? Go, bro. I want to hear you first because I already know which direction you're going.
Well, here's my thinking. This whole year, I've been always picking the opposite team for Seattle. So, I want to vote for Seattle this time.
Oh no!
Nah, man, I think Seattle's gonna do it. They compared to the two, Seattle's the more like fit team. Good offense, good defense. I don't think England's gonna. And it's gonna be at least by 2 touchdowns.
Oh, you think it's gonna be double digits? Let's go, John.
Yeah, so I'll first say if I'm a gambler, I would take the Seahawks at -4.5 now, because by the time the Super Bowl hits, that spread's gonna be larger, in my opinion. I'm same thing as Bro, taking the Seahawks. I actually don't think it's gonna be close. I think it's a really big stage for Drake May, and while he's good, The Seahawks have linebackers that can match Stain with Drake when he runs. New England does have a good running game. I think that's where they edge the Seahawks. But I also think that the Seahawks secondary can stick around with the New England receivers. So I think, unfortunately, here New England's a little bit outmatched, and I see the Seahawks taking this one.
So how do I put this? Do you end up seeing Super Bowl champion? Okay. With Seattle winning the game, who do you feel like is going to be the MVP?
I feel like the obvious answer would probably be Darnold, but I really think somebody from Seattle's defense is going to shine here and possibly be the MVP.
Ooh, a defensive MVP. That's interesting. Yeah. Bro?
Yeah, I agree with John. I can see Darnold as one, or the Jigma Smith.
Yeah, JSN is just hard to guard, man. He is hard to guard. I do want to give a kudos to Clint Kubiak for the play calls, man. Like, he was leaving. And I know I've talked about this while we were watching the game, but when you're game planning for a team and you know their favorite target, and who that favorite target is, how do you let that one guy loose? I don't care where he lines up. You could, if he lines up at running back, guess who you should probably guard? that running back. I don't care where he lines up. He can line up at tight end for all I care. Now, I realize that the offensive coordinator is like, okay, we're going to line you up at linebacker to try to see if we can get a favorable matchup in having a linebacker guard you. Not a smart move. And I realized that the Rams were playing more zone defense than anything else. But yo, you can't leave that man wide open. Make somebody else beat you. Make somebody else make that play. Clearly, JSN is that dude. You don't want to be. You can't let the dude just do things. You can't. Come on now. Anywho, I honestly think so. I know if Darnold passes for a lot of yards, I think Darnold will end up getting it. Here's my caveat, though. If those yards are coming like, those are yak yards, and JSN is getting a lot of yak yards, I think JSN will end up getting it. That's my caveat. I don't think anybody else is up to the task, although we have seen worse. I mean, the last time Seahawks won the Super Bowl, Malcolm Smith was the Super Bowl MVP, right? He was just all over the place. And you didn't hear about his name all year. You heard Bobby Wagner all year. Legion of Boom all year. All of a sudden, who's Malcolm Smith? The undersized linebacker? Oh, man. Anywho, shoot, man. It's going to be 2 weeks until we hear from what's going on in the Super Bowl. There is one more thing I want to talk about before we hang it up. There are reports, and I do say reports, that Sir George Sanders is locked up a Pro Bowl spot to take the place of Drake May in the Pro Bowl. Okay, what? This has got to be a PR stunt. Like, this is not. There's no way this is real, right? And so, like, I'm like looking at stats, like, okay, did he do that? Did he do that good? And I just don't know it. And so I pull up the regular season AFC stats. This ain't even in the entire league, just the AFC. And out of 17 quarterbacks that threw over 1,000 yards, Shador's at number 16. Wait, what? So then I'm like, okay, there are a ton of injuries? Okay, I got Drake May. He's obviously out. He's going to Super Bowl. Trevor Lawrence, I don't know if he's got any injuries. Bo Nix, obviously out. He's injured. Herbert, I know he was dealing through some injuries during that game. Probably not going to play. Josh Allen, already starting. Okay, Mahomes, he's out. Aaron Rodgers, or I think Herbert's actually playing. He's the third QB. Okay, so then Josh Allen and Herbert, and then Mahomes injured. Aaron Rodgers, too well. He played in too many of them. I don't think he even wants to. Cam Ward's at 8. How's Cam Ward not in there? He threw over 3,000 yards.
100%.
And your first overall pick. Okay, well, Daniel Jones injured. All right. CJ Stroud, we don't want a crap show. This is the Pro Bowl here. Geno, same thing. We don't want a crap show. Let's see. Tua, maybe. Lamar, that doesn't have the passing yards necessarily. I mean, he still threw for 2,500, but maybe he's still dealing with an injury. Flacco, again, I don't think anybody would watch. Burrow, injured. And then comes Sanders. So although there's probably 3 or 4 quarterbacks that did better than Shador, by the way, the only quarterback lower than him with over 1,000 yards was Justin Fields. So, and I don't think they're taking him. Do you take any of the other quarterbacks over Shador?
Yes, all of them. I mean, so let me read it to you real quick. So career stats for 2025 is 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and a passer rating of 68.1. I don't understand why any of them didn't get called or chosen, right? Now, again, that's not – I'll be fair, and Shador didn't start the whole season. So maybe they're saying, hey, if he was to start the whole season, here's what we have seen. Shador started on my birthday, November 16th. So for me, that's half the season, I believe. So if you were to double these stats and say he played for a full year, okay, well, then that puts him at 14 touchdowns, 2,800 yards, and 20 interceptions. That's not great either, but maybe that's what they're thinking, right? Just from a yard standpoint. But to be quite honest, you take any of the quarterbacks you named before him, because when you're stack ranked, that's the deal, right? And you got to earn your way to get to the top, in my opinion.
Okay, well, let me caveat that to a couple of other stats. Out of the 17 quarterbacks, he has the lowest completion percentage out of all 17, and that includes Justin Fields.
Wow! And he started. Justin Fields played the whole season.
Well, the Justin Fields only played 9 games.
Oh, you're right.
He only played 9 games,
right.
But Shador only played 8, and Justin Fields has a higher completion percentage than Shador. Now. Okay, well, he only played 8 games. Well, so did Joe Burrow, and he completed. So Shador completed 56% of his passes. Burrow completed 66. Now I get it. Burrow's a boss of a quarterback. Like, he's elite, right? MVP can probably has put up MVP numbers. True. But the only other quarterback that threw less than a 60% completion percentage was Cam Ward. Okay. And he threw 59.8% completion percentage. It wasn't like a 56.6. And Cam Ward threw twice as many passes. He had 540 attempts over Shador's 212. And we knew that Cam was accurate.
Yeah,
because that's one of the reasons why he went number 1 overall.
Correct.
He was just on a bum squad. Now, I mean, Browns are also a bum squad, but we won't talk about that at this point. I'll leave that one alone. I'll leave that one alone. But if I were to compare his stats, even to the NFC side, my guy, he is still like just off of raw stats, he'd probably be ranked number 21 maybe even number 22 as far as stats rate in the NFC side. Remember, we were only talking AFC earlier.
Sure.
If he went over to NFC side, it'd be even worse.
Worse, yeah.
There's only 2 quarterbacks that didn't throw 1,400 yards. And that was Jaden Daniels, who got hurt or was hurt the majority. I mean, he missed 10 games. And Carson Wentz. And Carson Wentz doesn't even start. He started 5 games.
That's crazy.
And he still had 1,200 yards.
Crazy.
But you're talking like, dude, Spencer Rattler had 1,500 with a 67% completion percentage, and he only played 9 games.
That's crazy, man.
Spencer Rattler, like what are we doing? To me, it's got to be a PR stunt. Like they're looking to boost ratings in the Pro Bowl, and the only way you're going to do that is you got to get the dude who's streaming right now. Get who's got the podcast. We got to get their views on the Pro Bowl, because we're hurting for ratings on the Pro Bowl.
Sheesh.
If that's the case, get YouTube involved, for crying out loud.
Right.
Just so that we're on the same page. That is worse than Spencer Rattler, JJ McCarthy, Marcus Mariota, Kirk Cousins and Penix, Mac Jones and Purdy, Jackson Dart, Tyler Shuff, Bryce Young. I'm like, we can keep going, bro. How? Shador, hey, you want some good vibes on this podcast? You're gonna have to subscribe and sponsor, my friend. I need to send them some of that Prime money. I need an NIL deal or something in podcasting. Oh, too much. For those still watching, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube at JAMM Packed Podcast. Click on the notification button that you view us live. And the time being, we are live every Monday night, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at JAMM Packed Podcast. If you need to reach out to us on Instagramsies. Bravo, it's always good seeing your face.
No problem.
It's a pleasure.
Absolutely,
you're stunning, good looks, and you're one good eye.
I didn't realize the camera was so close.
I love it. For those still viewing, thank you for joining in, being a part of our show. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please tune in next week as we continue to go through the world of sports. We'll be able to cover a lot more sports now. Now that sometimes is freed up. But unless you guys really want to talk Pro Bowl, like that's the Pro Bowl. Nobody wants to talk Pro Bowl. I can't even show the clips on here now. We're gonna get it, flagged. So dumb. Anyway, make sure you tune in next week as we go through the wonderful world of sports. Congrats to Arizona, number 1 ranked Arizona, getting that 86-83 win over number 13 BYU. BYU looking strong though. Anywho, from all of us in JAMM Packed, make sure you guys are staying safe out there. Be kind to one another, please. Let me remove that. You don't need to see that anymore. You can see that though. And yeah, guys, I love you. Love talking ball with you. I'll see y'all next week. Later, fellas.
Bye, guys.
Yo, it's jam packed. Turn the volume
to
the
bro,
max.
come back,
Like
bro.
We got the juice, the vibe, the facts. So lean in close. It's time to
come on, Blackie.
Check 1, 2. We breaking the mold. Story so bold. Got the heat in the cold. From culture to combo. We never play flat. Every beat, every word. Yeah, jam packed.
paid your
J for the
electricity.
jokes, A for the art, M for the moments that hit from the heart, M for the
Please
magic,
subscribe
the mind,
so
the
we can
math.
pay our
Put
bills.
it all together, now you're jam-packed. Tune in, lock in, we're taking you higher. Fuel for your thoughts, spark for your fire. No
All right,
filler, no
boys.
fluff, just
All
true
right,
intact.
guys.
This ain't just a pod, it's jam-packed. Yo, it's jam-packed, turn the volume to the max. Every episode hitting like a